Quad Cities Live on this Tuesday, August 13th. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier.
Yes, QC, that's where. It's where local organizations have created a one-of-a-kind bi-state festival featuring music, film, art, and comedy.
Of course, we're talking about alternating currents, and it starts a little bit later this week. Samantha will be performing, and she is joining us now today with a preview. And Samantha, you're also known as Belly Diva Samantha.
Yes, that's also what I go by.
Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You really do.
And we'll have a performance from Samantha coming up toward the end of this interview. But first, talk about your background of how you got involved with belly dancing, because you have a little bit of a backstory.
Yeah, so I actually started like over 15 years ago. Wow. My mom used to dance at a younger age and also taught for 30 years. So I kind of learned from her starting, and then I just kind of took it further. I traveled to New York, Miami, several places, and I just never stopped. So it's been a passion of mine.
That's amazing, and it truly goes back to your roots. I believe I was reading Jordanian. You're from Jordan?
Yes, my family is from Jordan. I was born in the States, but yes, part of the culture and stuff, the music, everything's been a part of my life since a young age.
Wow, amazing.
So where do you learn to belly dance?
Yeah.
Like how does, I mean, obviously now people can learn from you because you've got this talent that you're sharing for the community, which we'll talk about in a moment, but how did you get started in belly dancing?
Well, it started with my mom, and then after that, like I said, I traveled a lot, and I just kind of studied all the time, and it takes a lot of work, just like every other dance.
That's what I find really interesting about it, is because it is so unique. I think for a lot of folks around here to learn how to belly dance, they may not realize all that goes into it and what goes into it. These are very specific movements. Talk about the difficulty level, and I guess if you were watching somebody perform and they were belly dancing, you would think, wow, that's great. But if somebody who has a background in belly dancing, I'm sure they're just like, they see every single movement, you know?
Yeah, it's really funny because a lot of people, when they take my class specifically, they'll go, oh, that's harder than I thought.
Yes.
I was like, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think it's important to work up to something, but it definitely has so much technique and so much culture and so much importance in learning. And I feel like, honestly, the learning never stops. Like, I'm constantly traveling to learn too and learn more and more, and so I bring the best here. And it's very cool because it's very intricate, and it's stuff you don't do with your body every day. So it's like you got to train yourself just like everything else. But
so you kind of mentioned it's a lot harder than people might think. So what's kind of the difficulty level of belly dancing? What might people not know about it that you might think people would find interesting?
I would say, like, people see a video and they're like, oh, that isolation, that's easy, I can do that. But then when they actually try it, it's weird to train your body to do that. It's not a normal thing. And
when you say isolation, so that's like moving a part of your body, but but nothing else. Just your body.
Just even thinking about that, I can't wrap my mind around that.
And it's like a lot of multitasking, which sounds weird, but like you'll be moving your arms the same time moving something else too, layering stuff on top. That's when it gets really difficult, but it's really rewarding.
The costume is beautiful that you're wearing, and I don't know if I'm correct in calling it a costume. I mean, obviously it's cultural, and they're incredible, like so sparkly. You also use different scarves and things like that. Talk about how all of that kind of ties into a performance and really ties back to, I suppose, the storytelling that you're doing.
Yeah, so I like to use the props because I think they kind of start the shows like a little like razzle dazzle a bit. But no, they kind of make it like a little more glamorous nowadays for modernized. You know, when we open, we want to open up with like wings or fans or veils. And then we get really into the dancing after that. But I usually start it to kind of get the crowd's attention a bit.
That's great.
And you're clearly passionate about it, and you're now sharing this passion with our community because you have your own dance studio in North Park Mall.
I do. I own a Rockstar Dance Studio in North Park Mall. This is my second year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And it's going really well. Like, I'm so excited.
So when people want to learn a little bit more about belly dancing, and so they just show up to your class, can they sign up? How do they get to know more?
So Rockstar Dance Studio, actually, RAQ star, and the reason for that is because in Arabic dance or belly dance is called ruck sharki. So I actually, not a lot of people know that. I took half of that.
I was wondering.
It has meaning. So I took half of that to kind of tie into the belly dancing in the studio. And so people can just go online at rockstardance.com. They can sign up for anything. pretty much on there. We have a whole schedule. So
That's great.
yeah.
That's fabulous. Well, congratulations on the business. That is just super cool.
And you'll be able to catch Samantha performing at Alternating Currents this weekend, right?
Yes, I'm super excited to be doing that. I'm actually in a few slots, so you might catch me a few times.
Yes, and we'll show people how to find you too at the end of our time with you today, because you are going to be at more than one spot, but Alternating Currents has made it very, very easy for us to locate the Belly Diva and see where she's going to be this weekend. And now, of course, we want to see Samantha perform, so we'll let you take it away.
Very nicely done.
Oh my gosh. That was amazing.
Incredible.
That looks like hard work. That was like a full 3 minutes.
A lot of twirling. I got a little dizzy there.
Oh, incredible. Well, a reminder, you can find the Belly Diva Samantha this week performing during Alternating Currents. She will be at Tiffany's for a belly dance dinner on Friday at 6. She's also performing with her dance studio at the Skybridge Courtyard this Saturday at 12:30. And Samantha, we just want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. We won't make you say anything else because I know you're tired. But yeah, you are incredible. Incredible.